Hey, fast track peeps. Okay, hey. All right, I have been out of commission a little bit here in the last week, so I want to finish up our week of motivation. Been carrying my packet around for a while, and oh my goodness, don't have it with me right at the moment. So I'm just gonna chat with you guys because I don't want all this to linger for too long. Sorry. Lots of sun today, which is great. I am on my recovery road, and everyone has theirs. So if you guys have gotten sick, make sure you take care of yourself. Okay, all of this is about your health status. I shouldn't call it that. It's about your life, you know? It's about how you do, how you respond, and health is a response to your environment. It doesn't always come across like that, but really that is what health is. So for quality of life, super important, you know, that we roll with the punches. And the best way to do that is to create healthy habits. And it sounds so blasé and so overdone and so spa-esque, body, mind, spirit, but it's really the real deal. So take that for yourself. I had a couple great articles posted on my personal page recently, and someone said it's so hard to understand what's healthy for me, you, us, each individual. It's not that hard. You know if you feel well or not. You know, even if you don't know the technical details of it. So if you're not feeling your best, then it's time to make a change of something. And in this 4-week e-course, we've talked about food. And I've given you guys a lot of information that normally, or in the past, I've charged quite a bit for my services. So you guys, this is it. Like, take these nuggets and use them. It's not rocket science, which is why for me, it's time for me to move up to my next level of coaching as a functional nutritionist to help people at a deeper level, because it's really hard just to say, just change your diet, and they don't always take you seriously. But it's that simple. Change your food. Pick one of the lists, do the best that you can with it. You're either going to start by getting rid of processed foods and sugars. You're going to step it up to the next level and maybe look at using your grains appropriately, or your carby starches. Or you're going to pick a level where maybe you have an advanced illness. It's also considered, like, my advanced athletes and my advanced illness clients almost eat the same. It's very strict, it's very challenging, and it isn't until that athlete has a better understanding of what carbohydrate does for their performance that I can actually use it appropriately and then toggle between some of the groups. So if you want to get crazy strict, go for that extra level. What I have found over time, though, is it's not sustainable. So unless you have to live in an autoimmune type of paleo world, which we used to call, that's a rebranding term, by the way, you guys. It used to be called an anti-inflammatory or a food provocation type of diet. There's nothing wrong with it as long as you understand how you feel and how your body works. But it is hard to sustain in a social environment unless everyone is doing it with you. So that's my 2 cents on that. Food, fitness, right? Find your best fitness level. Not everyone loves to do what I do. I fell in love with CrossFit 10 years ago. It is one of my passions. I practice it on a regular basis. I'm a level 2 coach. I'm also a personal trainer. I've been also kettlebell trained. I have a lot of experience in the fitness world that I like to share with you guys. I'm looking at, neurology and posture correction and what the spine is doing for us. Really hard to translate over into something. The bottom line is, you guys, that it is more important for you to be moving and enjoying what you're doing, and enjoying your food, and digesting and assimilating and processing it, and then also looking at what the goal piece is for you. Because if you really don't care, then it's going to be really hard to stick with. But if you want to take these steps a little bit at a time. Now, I mean, a lot of people give me the, oh, well, you know exactly what you're doing. You've been doing this a long time. And that's true, but I had to start somewhere. And I was in a lot of pain when I started. Like, everything wasn't where I am. I'm really happy with where I am, but it's taken me a while to get there. Then you take it one step at a time. So that's what this is about. This is supposed to be my motivation speech here, you guys. I feel like I'm in a little bit of a rant, but I went down for a few days, and that's not normal for me. So I really had to kind of take inventory as to, it is hard to get sick. It is hard to work with your family sometimes. It's hard when everyone wants to go out and drink wine and eat, whatever it is. And I'll tell you, I've had a couple sips of wine, and it doesn't taste good anymore. Like, it's not that I'm not going to drink it again. It just means that right now my body doesn't need it. So I can get away with a great sparkling mineral water. I can still go out and feel really good about myself or about what I'm doing and not feel like I have to cave into any kind of peer pressure, because they don't live in my body. I don't live in your body, and you don't live in my body. But what we do know is that we have things that are similar. And this fitness piece is a part of that. Breathing and circulation and the things you don't really get when you walk into the gym that you don't realize that are going on a regular basis. It's super awesome, you guys. And I want you to make sure that you've gone through these 4 weeks and have gained some benefits. I'm going to put a poll up, or you can PM me personally, or we can talk about it in our sessions, but I'm going to do a summary sheet, and if any of you guys are my personal clients right now, you're going to go through that summary sheet with me, and then what it is we're going to be doing going forward with that. So part of habit changes is that motivation piece, and there's this part of our brain, there's this whole piece that gives us self-sabotage, that gives us successes though too, and you have to know what makes you feel good. There was a whole series I went through maybe about 8 or 9 years ago, and it talks about things like, you need to understand that you can be, do, or have anything you want. That's an Earl Nightingale, old school kind of self-help type, the early gurus of that. But you actually can. You just have to make that decision. And then if the steps are really, really hard to see, you break them down into those smaller steps that we started doing at the beginning, with our goals. The next step for that is taking responsibility for yourself, right? And in this series, we did that by, committing to a food plan, to committing to things that don't really serve your health or wellness or your body. That doesn't mean forever you can never have a cupcake or whatever your vice is, your brownie or fudge. Most people it's chocolate. Some people it's other things. It just means that if it's not serving you right now, push it aside for a bit. One of the things I tell my clients is, I promise you, I worked in mortgage for a long time. There was never not a birthday. There was never not an end of the month. There was never not an entire table of junk food somewhere. There was never not extra birthday cake. It will be there. It will be there in 10 years. It'll probably still be preserved in 10 years too, so just go with that. And then, so we're knowing that you can be, do, or have anything you want. We're taking responsibility for ourselves. We're knowing the score. And this is one of the things I'm going to talk to you about this week. I just sent off my Biome Kit, which is looking at all the bacteria of the body. I did a 5-site kit, and it's gut, it's mouth, it's skin, it's nasal, there's a bunch of different places you can look. Now, I highly recommend this for people that say, my gut health is great, but I'm constipated all the time, or my belly's always bloated, or no foods bother me, because some foods bother almost everybody. Now, when you look at the site, you get to look at how the bacteria interacts with the rest of your body. I mean, we are trillions of cells. It's so cool. Our bodies are so cool. This is why I love what I do, because I get to puzzle these things together. So know that you can be, do, or have. Take responsibility. Know the score. This is where your lab work comes in too, you guys. See your doctor every year. Get some lab work. Take a look at it. Is it in line? Is it not? Don't be that person that says, well, I was so surprised that this happened, but you haven't looked at any biomarkers in 10 years. It's up to you because you just took responsibility, remember? All right, and the last thing on this, there's 4 things, and it's feel good now. Feel good. You're allowed to feel good. It's okay, and it's pretty freaking amazing. So that's it for today, you guys. This is my motivation speech. So I'll be in with some more motivation things, but I'm super excited to share with you the Biome piece. I'm actually working on getting some discount codes for some of my clients, and that should be coming through hopefully by the end of this week. We're getting really close. They've been crazy busy, and so I appreciate that they're even working on that for me. If you need help with lab work, let me know, because you can actually order it yourself. You don't have to go through your insurance or your doctor, and you can generally get a good metabolic panel in for about, I think it's about $99 right now. That's 14 different measurements. It's kidney, it's glucose, it's bone, it's electrolytes, there's thyroid, let me see what else, liver, and a full CBC with a differential. So anyway, okay, you guys, I was just coming in to say hi and get motivated. I'm super excited. The CrossFit Open starts tomorrow. I'm not really ready this year, but you know what? Life happens and we're not ready. So sometimes we have to go for it. This will be my first year ever coming in from being sick, and I haven't trained in a week. So guess what? We still go for it, you guys. We still go for it. All right, personal revolution. Talk to you later.